Greetings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yes, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Natasha Fick, and welcome yet again to the program Daily Devotions with me, Natasha. Now today, something that the Lord has laid upon my heart, and today I would like to speak to you about it, and it is about David. Now, I don't know if you have listened to the past few weeks. Yes, the Lord every time just takes me back to David and Joseph. And the Lord said to me the other day, David wasn't his father's first choice. David wasn't his father's first choice. Now, when we go look in 1 Samuel 16, where the Lord said to Samuel, how long will you mourn over Saul? And the Lord said to him, fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king. Now, Samuel went through all of them. And the Lord, in verse 6, he says, when they arrived, Samuel saw Eliab and thought, surely the Lord's anointed stands here before the Lord. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things man look at. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. Then Jesse called Abinadab and had him pass in front of Samuel. But Samuel said, the Lord has not chosen this one. And you know what is so sad? In verse 10 it says, Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel. But Samuel said to him, the Lord has not chosen these. So we asked Jesse, are these all the sons you have? Then only Jesse said, there is still the youngest. Jesse answered, but he is tending the sheep. And Samuel said, send for him, for we will not sit down until he arrives. So he sent and had him brought in. He was ruddy with a fine appearance and handsome features. Then the Lord said, rise and anoint him, for he is the one. So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came upon David in power. And Samuel then went to Ramah. So you know, even David's own father didn't see the potential in David. Even David's own brothers didn't see the potential that David had on the inside of him. They just saw him as a shepherd boy, but God saw him as a king. And you know what? Many times people look at us because at our outward appearances, at what we look like, you know, our height, how long we are, how short we are, how long our hair, you know, is, what is our appearances, the color of our skin. But you know what? God don't look at all of those things. God looks at the heart. And you know what, which is so sad? His own father didn't even see him. His own father didn't even realize the potential that David had on the inside of him. First 7 sons had to pass before Jesse could say, but there is still another son in the field that is tending to the sheep. And you know what? Many times people overlook us. Men overlook us. Man overlook us. But God don't overlook us, because God has got a mighty calling upon our lives. And sometimes people don't see it, but God sees it. That was in Daily Devotions with me, Natasha Fick.